And I finished off the rest of the cake.
Still a half a cake left, little buddy.
I know.
I prefer that your growth pattern be up and not out.
Well, honey, you have to admit you did prepare a meal large enough to feed half of Pittsburgh.
Well, when I get cooking, it's hard for me to stop.
I know, that's why I married you. Think you might feel like cooking up a little something after dinner?
I heard that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. No, I didn't.
Picnics in the park, kids in the car, Sunday's family day, get away. With family, togetherness, and it's so good to know that we still count on us. Oh, with family, we're made up of the lasting kind, so hard to find. We've got us when the way gets rough, and when we're caught between a rock and a hard place, it feels good to turn around and see a smiling face saying we can do it. Lean on me, I'll lean on you. We're strength to each other. Whatever it takes, we'll see it through. Oh, we're family together. Oh, we're family. Drop it, Buster.
Robert, don't butt mom your mom.
Any more sugar and you'll be bouncing off the walls like a tennis ball. What's the plan for tonight?
Well, I'm going to read yesterday's newspaper.
Today's paper's in the living room, Pop.
I like to be a day behind. That way, by the time I find out something bad has happened, it's already passed.
Do you have any homework, Lauren?
A little, but I can finish on the bus in the morning.
No wonder your papers always look like they were written during an earthquake.
If homework was meant to be done on the bus, they would have called it bus work.
Okay. When we finish here, I want everybody to march off to their rooms and pick up their things. Aunt Rachel's stopping over tonight.
Can't we just keep her in the living room?
Impossible. She's already escaped from the zoo 3 times. I always kid about Aunt Rachel. She's the only woman I know who looks like Winston Churchill.
I'd cool it if I were you.
Robert's right. I'd cool it if I were you.
What is it with you and Aunt Rachel?
Well, when your mom and I first met, she said something that made me think she didn't like me.
What did she say?
She said, Charlie, I don't like you.
I almost forgot. I need you guys to sign something.
What is it?
It's a permission slip for the Washington trip.
What Washington trip?
The sophomore Washington trip during spring break.
It's the first I heard of it.
Mom, it's the same trip Junior went on 2 years ago.
Is that the one where you almost got in trouble for trying to sneak into a girl's room dressed as a hotel maid?
You know, the chaperone never would have caught me if I'd have shaved my legs.
It's an educational experience.
Yeah, well, how much is this educational experience going to cost?
Only $350.
And just where do you propose to get the money?
Couldn't your mom lend it to me?
Even if we could, how would you pay it back?
For my allowance, I could give you back $5 a week.
Lauren, you only get $5 a week.
I've been meaning to talk to you guys about that.
Look, honey, I'm sorry, but we just can't afford to send you this year.
You're kidding, right?
I wish we were.
We'd like for you to go, but we just don't have the money.
Well, how come Junior got to go on the trip?
Because Junior earned the money during the summer delivering pizzas.
Well, I couldn't work last summer because I went to summer school. Remember, you wanted me to go to summer school, and I went to summer school. I couldn't very well work during the summer and go to summer school at the same time during the summer when I was in summer school.
Well, I can't disagree with your logic because I don't understand it.
Do you know all of my girlfriends are going?
Lauren, all of your girlfriends can't be going.
Well, they are.
Cindy going?
Yes.
Mona?
Yes.
Margot?
Yes.
Cindy, Wendy, and Kathy?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Well, it isn't important who is going, it is who is not going.
You would deny your only daughter an educational experience?
You know, Dad, Lauren is right. It is an educational experience. I mean, on my trip to Washington, I learned how to lie about my age, sneak past a desk clerk, and chug-a-lug a six-pack of beer.
Oh, really?
Junior's only kidding, right, Junior?
Oh, yeah, right. It wasn't a six-pack of beer. It was 2 six-packs.
If you think drinking underage is funny, you're dumber than you look.
What are you getting mad at me for now? This happened 2 years ago.
Lesson number 1. The statute of limitations against underage drinking in this house is forever.
Dad, you know that's not fair.
Lesson number 2, life is not fair.
Wait. What's going on here? I thought we were talking about Lauren.
We were until you just pointed out how dumb you were. In fact, you grounded for a week.
Oh, this is what I get for being honest.
Thanks for putting him in such a good mood, Junior. Okay, can we get back to my problem for a minute?
Your problem won't take a minute. It'll only take 2 seconds because you're not going and that's it.
This is the worst day of my life. I hope you're happy.
I'll get it. It must be on Rachel.
Give me a second to find some protective headgear.
Hi, Rachel.
How's my favorite niece?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I missed you so much.
It's good to see you, too.
Charles, if you weren't so ill-bred, you'd stand up when a lady enters the room.
Why? Is there one with you?
Why do I even try? Sweetheart, I just came from Marshall Field.
Did you?
I bought me something that I have needed for years.
Is it a muzzle?
Oh, that is so cute. I didn't know you knew any two-syllable words.
Would you like to hear a few more?
Is it possible for you two to be in the same room without going for each other's throats?
No.
Look, make yourself at home, Aunt Rachel, okay?
All right, I will.
Could I see you for a minute?
While we're gone, don't put anything in your purse because we have hidden cameras.
Charlie,
Well, she started it. She's always starting something.
what did she do? She walked in the door and you went for her.
That's right. If she hadn't walked in the door, I never would have.
Look, she's my aunt, my mother's sister, and a good friend all rolled into one.
That's probably why she has such a big mouth.
It's not nice.
That woman has never liked me.
We've been through this before. It is not you, Charlie. I am her favorite niece. Nobody would be good enough for me.
Well, another thing I don't like about it is she's too opinionated.
Well, you're a little opinionated yourself, you know.
Well, my opinion of her opinion is that her opinion stinks.
That's your opinion.
Is everything all right in there?
Couldn't be better.
And that's your opinion.
Sweetheart, I've been thinking about it. With 3 children and a full-time job teaching, you got your little hands full.
Yeah.
Thought maybe I'd move in the neighborhood and help you out.
Why don't you help everybody and move to Detroit?
I will remember that you said that in my will.
Can't wait to read it.
Oh, you're reading now.
I wish you two would get along better.
I kind of like it the way it is. What would life be like if everybody liked everybody else? What would I have to talk about in the beauty shop?
Why don't you tell them about the old days? Tell them about the time you got shot off the top of the Empire State Building.
get you something to eat?
She probably ate a squirrel on the way over here.
What is your problem? You get up on the wrong side of your cage? Oh, Robert!
Can't breathe in there.
Well, Robert, most men have to marry me to get that.
What did you bring me?
Robert, that is not nice. Now, you should not expect a gift every time Aunt Rachel comes over.
Why not? She always brings one. If I didn't expect one, she'd think I was dumb. Okay. Well, sure nice seeing you again, Aunt Rachel.
Well, thank you, Robert.
Guess I'll go back to my room and play with my old toys.
Wait a minute before you go. I got a little something here for you.
Really? Whoa!
Now, Rachel, you shouldn't have.
Thanks. Oh, you know, Junior and Lauren are in their rooms, and maybe you like to say hello to them, too. They're always happy to see you because you're you. Really.
Well, maybe I'll pop in there and see them then. I got a little something in my bag for them, too.
How nice.
You know, I like that boy better, Greedy. It's more honest.
I've been away too long.
Well, I'm not going to stay away long anymore because I miss you too much.
Come in.
Whoa. Haven't I seen this room on the cover of Better Homes and Garbage?
Junior?
He's in another space. You know how teenagers are.
Wow! Hi, Aunt Rachel.
Oh, my baby.
How you doing? And it's, how you doing? It's nice to see you.
And you too. My goodness, you're growing an inch a week.
Yeah, in another month, the barber's gonna need a ladder to cut his hair.
Rachel got me this charming robot, and I think she's got something for you, too.
Yeah?
Well, he's right about that. I just thought maybe you could use a pair of binoculars.
Ooh, yeah, these are great. You know, I can take these to check out football games.
And they're also very good for checking out the cheerleaders, too.
You know what? You're not only generous, but you're psychic, too.
Where is my Lauren?
In her room, moping.
Well, maybe I better go over there and cheer her up. I got a little something in my bag here for her, too.
Okay. Why don't you guys clean up this room? It's like a minefield in here.
Watch out! Exploding underwear!
It's been a long time since you've seen them.
Yeah, they're different every
I
time.
tell you.
If you're checking on me to see if I put my clothes away, I did. If you want to tell me to do my homework, I'm doing it. And if you want to come in and pick on me again, you're my parent, so I can't stop you.
Excuse me. Well, I'll take a chance if you will.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. Lauren?
Hi, sugar.
Hi, Aunt Rachel.
Oh, honey, I bet you can do better than that.
You lose.
Guy, would you leave us alone? I love a challenge.
Well, good luck. You're up against the Michael Spinks of pouting.
Now, you just look at what I've got in this bag, just especially for you, a telephone of your own.
Thanks. But I won't be needing it for a while. All my friends are going away but me.
You want to tell your Aunt Rachel all about it?
I don't feel like talking.
Well, if you don't start talking, I'm gonna sit right here till you...
Mom, Dad, I'd like to apologize for my behavior. I know that you both love me. I was disappointed and I blamed you. I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby.
All's forgiven.
Thanks. Oh, and one more thing. Could you sign the permission slip now? Aunt Rachel's paying for the trip.
First, she comes in here and she insults me. Then she bribes my kids with expensive gifts. Then she pays to send my daughter to a teenage orgy.
Charlie, Aunt Rachel is in the kitchen. She will hear you.
I don't care. I want her to hear me. Why don't you keep her nose out of our business?
She's only trying to do us a favor.
Yeah, well, if she wants to do me a favor, why don't you tell her to go skydiving? Without a parachute. Over some shark-infested waters.
Look, Charlie, I'm not happy about this either, okay? I don't know how we're gonna get the money to pay her back.
I don't think we should take it in the first place.
How are we gonna tell Laura no now?
I got a solution, but you probably won't want to go along with it. Can I strangle your Aunt Rachel?
Charlie Richmond.
I figured you'd act that way about it.
Do you think Aunt Rachel could send me to Texas so I can be one of those cowboys?
Where do you get these ideas?
I don't know. All I do is stop thinking, and there they are.
Rachel, could we talk to you for a minute?
Shoot.
That's another solution. Robert, would you excuse us for a moment?
Why can't I stay here?
Because I want you to leave.
I'll be quiet.
I don't want you to be quiet.
Then I'll make noise.
86.
Rachel, we'd like to discuss the situation with Lauren.
Oh, sweetheart, there's nothing to discuss. I wanted to do it, and I did it, and it's done.
I cannot accept the money.
No, because I didn't give it to you.
Well, Lauren cannot accept the money.
She already has. Charles, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for her, and it's only money. My money.
Well, I guess Lauren's going.
No, she's not. How can you let her send our daughter out of the state with a bunch of crazed, out-of-control teenagers?
Charlie, I think you're getting yourself upset over nothing. I mean, why don't you talk to Junior? Find out what really happens on these trips. I'm sure it's all in innocent fun.
Okay, I will. And if I find out it's as wild as I think it is, she's not going. And I mean that. I mean that. If I never meant anything, I said before, I mean this. And you can take that to the bank.
Come in.
Junior, I'd like to have a little talk with you. Robert, would you leave us alone, please?
This is getting tiring.
Junior, I'd like to have a little man-to-man talk with you.
Thanks, Dad, but you're a little too late. Mom explained everything to me when I was 15.
Well, it's not about that, I hope. Okay. On your sophomore trip to Washington, the truth, how wild was it?
Dad, the last time I told the truth, I got grounded. Now, what do I get this time? The electric chair?
Governor Richmond hereby grants you a reprieve.
Ah, okay.
Now, how wild was it?
The truth?
The truth.
Pretty wild.
How wild is pretty wild?
Well, come on, Dad. A little drinking, running through the halls, going into each other's rooms, staying out all night. You know, the usual stuff. Boys will be boys.
Not with my daughter, they won't.
And then I went to Hong Kong. That's where I met my third husband, Eugene.
I thought his name was Fernando.
Maybe it was.
Come in.
Lauren, I'd like to have a little talk with you. Robert, would you excuse us, please?
I hate this.
We'll play some cards. You got any money?
Lauren, I just had a talk with Junior about his Washington trip, and I'm a little concerned about you.
Dad, there's nothing to worry about. I won't get lost, I won't get sick, and I certainly won't be lonely.
That's what I'm concerned about. Have you ever heard the expression, if you don't play with fire, you won't get burned?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
But I don't know what it really means.
Well, it means if you don't play with fire, you won't get burned. That's it.
Oh. I don't get it.
It's very simple. See, the people who are going to Washington are the fire that you don't play with. And if you don't play with the fire, then you won't get burned.
I don't get it.
Have you ever heard the expression, a rolling stone gathers no moss? Good, now we're cooking.
I don't really understand what that one means either.
Rachel, you know this trip for Lauren is so generous of you. I insist on taking you to dinner and a movie.
Oh, it's not that big a deal.
Then dinner.
Just forget about it.
Well, how about lunch?
Come on, Diane.
Snack? Well, just let me buy you some gum.
You are a crazy lady.
Yes, I am. But I wasn't born that way. I learned it from you.
Well, I can accept that.
You remember when I said earlier this was the worst day of my life?
Uh-huh.
Well, this really is the worst day of my life.
What's wrong, baby?
Dad says I can't go on the trip.
You're kidding.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Lauren, I'd like to talk to you a minute.
I'm gone.
Lauren, it's just that I don't want you to become involved with a bunch of out-of-control teenagers and end up doing something that later on you'll regret.
Charlie, can we talk about this?
I'm tired of talking about it. All we've been doing is talk.
Can I put in my 2 cents?
Why not? That's about all it's worth anyway.
Just what is it that Lauren's gonna do in Washington that she can't do after school or on the weekend?
Now you have me worried about her being here, too.
Honey, Rachel's right. If Lauren's gonna do wrong, she can do it anywhere.
Well, what am I supposed to say? Do whatever you want, with whoever you want, whenever you want?
Aren't you the ones who told me that I have to accept the responsibility for the things I do?
That's correct.
And aren't you the ones who taught me always to tell the truth?
I do recall having made that statement.
So what's the problem?
How do I know that once you get out of town that you'll still behave?
Dad, you're just gonna have to trust me that you can trust me. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm gonna have to trust you?
Right.
Have you ever heard the expression, have a good time in Washington?
Thanks, Dad.
Oh.
Deal.
Bears, penguins, and ducks are wild.
Can I play?
Got any money?